I want to recognize our Total Force air and space professionals at home and abroad who join us today. Your advancement in building mutually beneficial alliances and partnerships is crucial to the defense of our nation. Language education has been embedded in the U.S. military for centuries. Let me share with you a few examples. West Point's formative years relied on French textbooks, which led to including French language training in its curriculum. During World War I, the War Department added English language classes to wartime training camps because over 18% of the U.S. Army was foreign-born. And in World War II, the War Department developed and distributed foreign language phrase books for 25 languages. Today, the Department of the Air Force generates 57 expeditionary culture field guides spanning the globe. In line with this year's theme, we reflect on these historic ties as force multipliers and coalition builders while celebrating the Air Force Culture and Language Center's 10th anniversary. Moving forward, I'm excited to see how we continue improving language, regional expertise, and culture competencies to strengthen U.S. and foreign military partnerships. Although culture and language skills proved critical to counterinsurgency efforts following the attacks on 9/11, just-in-time training proved insufficient in developing the appropriate depth and breadth airmen and allies needed to operate effectively. The establishment of the Air Force Culture and Language Center represented a strategic pivot toward expanding our cultural understanding of allies and partners. And thanks to the visionary leadership of Brigadier General Gunther Mueller and Mr. Jay Warwick, the Language-Enabled Airman program was born. A success story, LEAP was founded with an eye toward deliberately developing, sustaining, and improving language and culture competencies as we build the air and space forces we need. In its first year, there were 482 LEAP scholars. This year, just a decade later, there are over 3,000. Across the total force, airmen speak 116 languages with at least basic proficiency. The department also supports 73 partner nations with English language training. From Indonesia to Nigeria and from Bolivia to Qatar, air and space professionals are using language skills to reinforce bonds that make America better. Let me tell you what 3 of our LEAP scholars have achieved in the past 5 years. First, then Captain Eve Pedruzzi helped stand up AFCENT's first Russian analysis division as the sole Russian interpreter. She leveraged skills gained via LEAP to translate real-time airspace negotiations between coalition leadership and Russian generals in Syria. A second leader is Captain Julian Gluck. A B-52 pilot, he employed his Japanese language while working side by side with Japan Air Self-Defense Forces during exercise COPE North, a critical joint multilateral exercise in the Indo-Pacific. Finally, Master Sergeant Alan Mukendi recently used his language skills to teach the NCO Academy course to Senegalese Air Force members entirely in French. These airmen represent recent success stories. The Air Force Culture and Language Center continues to pave the way in developing fluent leaders prepared for America's role in great power competition. Moving forward, we are building our strategic bench of air and space professionals to fulfill the National Defense Strategy. As we grow the air and space forces we need, we may become bigger, but we need to be better, focused on capabilities, not just capacity. And that's why we are exploring ways to incorporate language capabilities in readiness reporting. We are identifying means to integrate cultural competency into contingency planning. We are updating the foreign language proficiency bonus and pay policy to further incentivize priority languages with an emphasis on speaking skills. We are also collaborating with centers of academic expertise to provide LEAP scholars with intensive, one-of-a-kind language training to advance strategic understanding while enhancing language proficiency. And the U.S. Space Force is building a tailored, language-enabled program to execute the Defense Space Strategy. As Lieutenant General Gina Grosso once observed, global operations require global skills. We've made considerable progress over the last 10 years developing air and space professionals with advanced and diverse LREC skills. The next 10 years and beyond will demand more agility, more foresight, and better understanding. I'm confident you will rise to meet that occasion. Congratulations to Air University and the Air Force Culture and Language Center for furthering security cooperation with our allies and partners. And thank you to air and space professionals who are leveraging your unique language skills and cultural acumen to create lasting positive relationships worldwide. On the ground or in the air, you represent a unique team, culturally savvy professionals ready to protect America and our way of life.